True Power channel has recently uploaded a video. In that video, Denis Cyplenkov talks on a lot of things, including his beef with Devon Larratt and his future plans about Devon Larratt. He also delves into other things. The most important part of that video or interview of Denis Cyplenkov was that he announced he feels better now, and he might get back to training, and in 2025, most probably in the middle or end of 2025, he might have a super match. This is indeed good news, as we had no confirmed news from Denis Cyplenkov for many months about his current condition or his future plans about arm wrestling. I had also mentioned this fact in 2 or 3 of my videos. All the numerous Denis Cyplenkov fans are really excited by this news, as it does not come from any source or from any close friend, but from Denis Cyplenkov himself. And who could be the best source of information other than the person in question can give news or developments about himself? However, I have some serious doubts about a Denis Cyplenkov comeback. From where I see it, it does not seem likely or possible. However, much might I wish it as an ardent Denis Cyplenkov fan. I do not see Denis returning to competitive arm wrestling anytime before the end of 2025. And by that I mean end of November or on December. That too is a possibility if he is really better now, as he claims. First, please have a look at these 2 videos. They are exactly 1 year apart. This was Denis preparing for the Devon Larratt match, and see how he looks now. That time also he was just about 70% of his peak shape at max. You will clearly see that he appears so much weaker now. Denis said he has lost weight since he has traveled a lot. I said before, Denis has been traveling quite a bit in a previous video, since I always see him at different locations in his latest videos. He has not only lost weight, he has lost a huge amount of weight. To the naked eye, it appears he is hardly around 110 to 115 kilos at most, which is a very less body weight as far as Denis is concerned. Even when he had his 3-year-long illness, he never went below 120 kilos. So you can understand he has lost a significant amount of muscle mass and is considerably smaller from what he used to be, and I mean what he used to be post-illness. If you look at the video, you will realize he has almost no muscles left at all. Neither does he appear to look healthier or better overall, despite his claims. He says in this very video that this year he might work out a little, and he will start preparing if everything goes according to plans from next year. So that means he will be staying clear of serious workouts the entire October, November, and December. The question is, why so? Is he still in recovery? Is he still unwell? He does say in the video he feels better overall, but again in the very next sentence he also adds that preparation or training will commence if and only if everything goes according to plan after New Year. That is from January 2025. That clearly proves that right now, either he is still not full recovered, or maybe he needs doctor's final clearance before he can start preparing in all earnest. And as of now, he does not have the permission or clearance to work out seriously, since he says prior to New Year, he will indulge only in very light workouts. If you look at the video, he is seen working out with extremely light weights. Those aren't even real weights, when the name happens to be Denis Cyplenkov. Please have a look at the video uploaded by True Power once more. That is the latest version of Denis Cyplenkov, possibly the latest video of his. His shoulders or deltoid muscles have almost vanished. They used to be super massive at one point. His forearms have gone down considerably, and now they look like average forearms of normal athletes who work out, and his wrist has become smaller. Well, his wrist cannot become small. It only became smaller since he has very thick bones and a naturally broad structure. Look at his other videos, recent videos of the last 4 or 5 months. He does look emaciated, completely worn out and exhausted. It certainly does not mean that Denis cannot regain his former form from this present condition. However, that will only be possible if he has the clearance from the doctor to train heavy again. And we know about his problematic hip, which may or may not need replacement. Though he had said a year back that it could be healed only through a replacement, and he had made plans to go for the hip replacement surgery, and hence the Army's Gasparini match was cancelled. But later Denis pulled out from having the hip surgery and said that he had decided against it, though he did not specify the reasons. So he has a previous illness and a serious hip injury. Whether both of them are healed and he can get back to serious training is a big question. Then there is also the all-important factor whether he can juice again like he used to. So, personally, I do not have any high hopes of a Denis Cyplenkov return, even if Denis did announce he might participate in a super match in 2025. I will rather wait on his further announcements until he makes it clear what condition he is in, how much he can train, and what level he wishes to and actually can go up to in the future. Maybe he will only compete in the sub-115 kg levels of 2025, going by his current shape. Everything will be cleared when he actually makes a return and takes part in an arm wrestling match. Right now, there are too many probabilities involved in the equation and too much ambiguity. This video was uploaded by Denis Cyplenkov in his YouTube channel just 11 days back. He is seen coaching a few people. You can see how small he appears compared to the others. You see what I mean? He can be actually lesser than 110 kilos, around 105 kilos now. He is really appearing that small. I will end with two pictures of Denis. In the first picture, he is sparring with Artem Maruv before Morozov's illness. Morozov was around 136 to 137 kilos that time, and Denis was around 126 to 127 kilos. This was last year, August. Denis was still a good 15 kilos off his prime average weight that time. However, he does not appear that much smaller than Morozov in structure and width. Now look at this picture. This is like 11 days old. He is appearing tiny in front of another bodybuilder or arm wrestler in his gym. So you can see how much Denis has shrunk visibly. And we all know this translates to a huge amount of loss of physical strength, right? Do you feel he can actually make a successful return? Please give your valuable opinions in the comments. Feel free to watch the entire interview in the True Power channel. Denis speaks on a lot of other stuff on that video also. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.